Kidnapped that nigga.
Basically, all the names in the carousel are kind of getting interviewed by everybody. I think the Detroit Lions Zoom interviews for Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson are happening. I believe this weekend, Thursday or Sunday, or something like that. And first isn't until after the divisional round. The NFL wanted to make sure that was the case. So good luck to all these people getting jobs. Joining us now is a man who has a job in England television 24/7 during
Yeah.
football season.
That's why you see me like this. I don't really like dirty in my sweaters because there's all hair gets stuck in it.
It was very weird.
I just went forward.
I'm not probably one of them
This
says, bro.
guy loves eating adversity for
Probably one of
breakfast,
those
lunch,
strip
and
stores or
he even created adversity for himself.
They give a good
He'll say,
look.
hey, I don't serve this shit with myself. Let me grab a microphone. Let me see.
They're gonna get
And he does that every day at that meeting. But he'll step right back into that.
Better go in
That's
there.
what we love. Ladies and gentlemen, the face of ESPN, Dave Orlovsky.
What's up?
All right, you see that phone app created an adult, figure that whole thing out.
Not 24 hours. Part of it was nice not having a phone and constantly being attached to it. And part of it was like, hey, at some point I need this thing to work. So I prefer not to FaceTime my wife anymore though.
Okay, yeah, that was a situation when, on FaceTime with a number I do not have saved in my phone. I got a text from a number I do not have saved in my phone saying, this is my wife's phone. If you need anything, text this number. And I'm like, who? You know, who is this
But what
phone?
happened was like yesterday, my phone stopped working at like 1 or 2 o'clock. But I would randomly, occasionally get like a text message would show up on my Apple Watch, this whole thing.
So you're not
But
doing
the Apple Watch also wouldn't work. So I saw that you had texted along with some
Is
other
it
people, and
not
I'm like, all right, Pat, you know, some people I chose not to respond to just because I can't really get back to you right now. You were one of the people that I was like, I should probably just get back to him, so.
Man, I feel good about that. Thank you for that. And you did have an excuse not to answer anybody. You know, and that's what I like whenever my phone just shits the bed. It's like, sorry,
Yeah.
Which
I
job?
So I appreciate you getting back and finding any means necessary. Did the phone company tell you that the phone decided to quit because it was a part of so many bad takes? Was that something?
It certainly hit me with the using the phone thing, but I don't think they said the latter part. I thought that. I think you made the
Yeah, that's
telephone
not
out.
the issue.
What take do you disagree with or don't like?
I saw what you did, Shane. Sorry about Sterling Sharp. That'd feel pretty good. That'd feel pretty good.
I
And
didn't know Shannon was going to say that. I had gathered that information for myself to use, and I had absolutely no idea that Shannon was going to make that
Is he
comment.
telling
So
you
right
to,
when you started first started talking, I was
make him
like,
sign a release
oh my God,
liability?
because I had gotten that stat from Hembo 2 hours before. I had texted Hembo, has there ever been a Triple Crown receiver not make the playoffs? And he responded back with Sterling Sharp, 1992. So I was like, all right, great, I'm going to use that at some point today. And then when
I
he
would
started
definitely
first
tell
started talking, I was like,
Adrian
oh my
to
gosh,
get
he's
that
going to
signed
the doors for it. So
We weren't able to
Yeah.
try it
especially
out.
whenever you get dunked on all the time, it's nice to windmill on back. You know, so
Yeah.
way to go, Dano. Roger, Dano.
I'm still going to get dunked on all the time though, so.
You know, like one person said something about, you know, if you don't open any apps, you know they're canceled. And then you just gotta go like. When you don't
Did I
have,
get dunked on yesterday?
I see. I mean,
What would you do if Riders do with that?
yeah, you're actually,
Tall.
you're on a little bit of a streak right now. Yesterday,
Yeah,
potentially
that's
10, maybe 10 tomorrow. You know, maybe
No,
10
it's
days
realistic,
from now.
like 6 feet.
Maybe 10 days from now. You know, this kind of thing. We're just talking about the NFC South being in complete disarray. Randy Carthon got fired this morning from the Tennessee. Jacksonville Jack just won that. Okay,
Hello.
Jacksonville
Walk-in?
fired Doug Peterson. They keep Trent Baalke, but then
Yeah.
if you have a better idea than me, I'll remember this guy. Then he talked about Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, we're keeping Chris Ballard. We're going to continue to do this thing. I have the utmost faith in this crew, says Jim Irsay. So, all right, let's hope they can put the pace back into the tube. How do you feel about all those situations? If you're Houston Texans, do you understand that now is the time? Like, we can really go on maybe even like a 5 to 10 year run here and keep going all in like Casario has done. What are your thoughts on what's happening in Houston?
Yeah, if you're Houston, you take massive advantage. And all Houston really has to do is really trying to attack the offensive line in the offseason, get them to play a little bit better. And I do think Bobby Slowick needs to just continue to evolve as a play caller. Last year, so much success. I have talked all offseason like it was a little bit of a mirage because CJ was so remarkable on third down that it kind of band-aided a lot of the other stuff, and that hasn't been the case this year. Obviously, the 2 injuries to the wide receivers, big deal. So they go into the playoffs with a little bit of like banged up when it comes to how well they're capable of playing, maybe lower expectations than they had in September, but they still have a organizational alignment. You still sit there and say, ownership, general manager, front office people, and your head coach are aligned. It seems like they're still super young and talented. He's got question marks. So Anthony, is Anthony going to develop? Are they going to bring in something to kind of compete with Anthony? You know, Jacksonville's restarting again. Tennessee restarting, and the new general manager going to keep Brian Callahan. And Brian Callahan being mandated by ownership.
Tell us that we're doing the equipment and we're taking
There's
lunch.
a lot of moving parts with all those other organizations, and if you're Houston, you're like, hey, we got to make sure that we keep the quarterback upright. If we do that, we should run this division for the next 5 years.
Sloan's getting head coaching interviews, we assume, and continue to do so. Depending on how many more jobs open up, if any more jobs open up. Everybody's interviewing everybody, but there is a name that's been on television that we all love. Instead of TV.
Probably Marcus, he should get
Let's
picked
go to
too.
New York. Connor's question for you.
Yeah, obviously the Jets are in a bit of a predicament in this season didn't go how they thought it was. And Rex Ryan was on the radio show. Not sure if you heard, but we do have the clip here, Fox, you can run that.
You're going to get this job, right? Do you think you're going to be the next head coach of the Jets? Oh, 100%. Absolutely, I do. And the reason I think I'm going to get it is because I'm the best guy. And it ain't close. The thing that you have to do, you have to connect with the football team, you have to connect with your fan base, and the way they play, that's the most important thing. Not just the X's and O's and all that. Look, this Ben Johnson, I love him. I absolutely love him. But I'm a better candidate for this job than he would be.
What do you think about that, Dan? And what do you think the Jets are going to do with all the decisions they have to make in both the front office and with the head coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, he's being genuine there. After working at Monday for the past 3 years with them, he's being genuine. I think the one thing that I will share about Rex is I've had so many moments on TV with him when he's had to be told about coaching. And yeah, sometimes he does go into like, the salesman part of it in a way because I think he's so passionate about it. But then sometimes when a coach does something or says something that he disagrees with, or maybe it's not the best interest in his eyes of what's best for the team and the player, and you can feel how much that bothers him and how much being in that coaching role and in that locker room with those guys still is such a fabric of who he is. So I don't think that's a phony kind of, I'm going to say, hyperbolic at the moment. Like, I honestly believe that he believes the things that he's saying.
I told him we're
The Jets are
going
super exciting because I do think that there are organizations in the league that have to play a certain way of football.
Yeah,
You have to play a certain style of football. And the Jets and the Giants are definitely one of those. Like the team does a certain quality. They have to play a certain style. They have to have a certain identity. And the Jets kind of have lost that. I think the Giants have lost that as well. And I think that there is an element that's and physical and tough and nasty. And it's not maybe about how great your quarterback is, how money your passing may be, but can you win those nasty, bad weather, cold, ground and pound like Rex had in unbelievable defense games? And
So you
I don't know if they're going to hire Rex or not, but I do think that he's certainly a viable candidate. You got to make sure that his offensive philosophy is a little bit more modern age than it was maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
I assume it would be with the modern offensive coordinators that'll be available for him
Yeah,
to
they
hire.
could've
If he wants to
trained,
do such a job. Did
you know,
Tannenbaum ever break bread in the green room over there at ESPN that you watch?
I don't know. But
No, I don't think so. I don't know if they've ever been on really, because Rex has really only been a Monday guy. And Tannenbaum, I don't think has been on many Mondays. So,
Oh yeah, Tannenbaum Tuesdays.
yeah, Tannenbaum. So I don't think I don't remember them kind of crossing paths.
Because the 33rd team is a part of this thing, consulting in this entire group.
Yeah.
So obviously they're the ones that put together every name that is available for the Woody Britt Johnson family, Chris Johnson, to kind of look at and see what they need to do. Rex Ryan gets back out there and be awesome. I've been on TV, but he'd be on TV more than once in the press conference. So, I mean, you're really, culture, you
Hell
know,
no.
I think that's a big part of what's happening now for the success of the team.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said with how the team is built. I kind of remember the Jets yesterday talking Cole.
I talked to that guy.
Because when they were good, when they were the best, that's kind of how they viewed themselves. That's kind of how they played football. Rex being on hard knocks. I actually visited Rex in 09 when I came out from the draft. Top 30.
Therefore, we're talking about the struggle.
One clip Rex showed me was his team, Baltimore
smoking
Ravens
out
defense
the
beat the Bills. I think West Florida, Michael Patriots made like a late block down the field.
there's a way with it, bro.
It was just guys just killing cats, crack, pop, 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 show the play probably
Yeah.
18, 30 seconds. Like, hey, this kind of defense you're gonna have to want to play for. You come here, you take here, this kind of, that was kind of it. Quick, mean, boom, in and out of here. So like Rex is like, that's who he is. Like that's who you see on TV. That's who he is. That's who he is in front of his team. And like Dan said, you do need maybe a more modern offense, but physical defense and run the football. That's the program that Rex is gonna run.
Well, Belichick said the other day, he's like, the Chicago Bears got a bunch of weapons and a quarterback, but not an offensive line. They play in Chicago. So the weather is going to affect. It was like the shots that Bill takes of people are like at a level where it's like, this is pretty simple if we really think about it. And you make that point there about the Jets and the Giants. It's like, hey, weather's going to be crop. Like you're going to have to be able to run the rock at some point. And neither of those teams really have been able to. Even with Brees Hall and Braylon Allen. It was like, fuck, this is going to potentially be the one.
Rex got, when we got to the NFC Championship, that shot, like, I think that's good. Us was good, man. They were into 14-2. We had the shit out of them.
Yeah. We had a couple of guys back to back there when we were running into the Jets in the playoffs. Obviously, we let them in because we lost week they win. We let them in. Everybody's like, we're gonna let Rex Ryan into the playoffs, and then when Rex beats you, it's gonna be a full on. And then we beat him. We go to Super Bowl, we lose to Drew Brees. And then the next year, time management issue. Vinny hits like a 50-yard field goal with a minute something left in the game to take the lead. We kick it off, big return. I actually tackle guy on the sideline around their 40 or our 50. Then Nick Folk was going to have to hit a 48-yard field goal, I think. We call it time. He's on second down. So he takes a shot at Braylon, I think. Down the sideline, catches it, timeout, they take. It was like, why would we give them an opportunity? He gets like a 25-yarder or a 30-yarder. They end up beating us. They go, I think, to New England.
That's the can't wait part start.
Yeah, New England and can't wait. That's our thing. But that run there, obviously everybody makes fun of Sanchez and Mark Sanchez because of the butt fumble. That's all anybody remembers. But it's like that team was very good. And on Hard Knocks, they were awesome. They were like must walk. The Jets were like,
Dude, they were
must walk.
There was like DeBrickashaw, Ferguson, Nick Mangold, and dude, that's how they flipped that franchise. Because I think they took both those guys in the same draft. And that was really the turning point. And like, that's the fascinating thing for me about the whole, what are the Patriots going to do and what are the Bears going to do? Because you can fall in love with, let's have, like, my perspective is this. Most guys that are great for just the quarterbacks, when it comes to like coaches, are probably not the best for those cold weather climate organizations. Like most people that are really good play callers, I don't want to say most people, but like from my perspective is, you know, like, oh, this guy's super smart X's and O's and he's really good with, you know, getting the quarterback to play well. Well, how good is he going to be for developing the overall toughness of the football team and mindset of the football team to play a certain brand of football in these climates that's necessary? Because most quarterback people aren't tough asses. They're not. You know, they may be like highly intellectual or they see the game in a really advanced pass game concept way, but they're probably not like BAs. And so like, that's why I find Bruce Arians. I find like the Chicago one, and people get mad at me about it, but like I found the Chicago one and New England one, because it's like we can fall in love with the, oh my gosh, we're going to do whatever's best for the quarterback. But that's not necessarily what's best for that team in that organizational situation in that weather climate.
Just another thing to kind of echo your sentiment there. You got to be able to motivate the boys to practice in 15-degree weather on Wednesday, week 15.
Yeah, because you must be playing in 30-degree weather on Sunday.
Yeah, you gotta build the culture in this cold weather. There's a lot, no offense to anybody else, but cold weather takes a lot more motivating to get
I'll do that
everything
like
done
that.
on a day-to-day basis.